$15 a month, I think, why not premium wireless for $15 a month? Who am I kidding? Premium wireless for $15 a month will always premium wireless for $15 a month. And sometimes premium wireless for $15 a month every time. No points for subtlety, right? Let's be honest, premium wireless for $15 a month, am I right? Let's just stop having AI write these, okay, guys?
Welcome. This is DFG, the man with the golden voice, the lady's choice, and of course, smooth as a Rolls Royce. I'm coming to you live from the 571 where I'm having fun and I'm getting things done. Join me tonight as we talk about anything and everything. Tonight, I got with me one of my sisters from the same mister, the woman that's sweet as Snapple. Go on, let me holla at me, Apple.
Hey everybody, welcome, welcome, welcome. Tonight's going to be a great show as usual.
Yeah, if we figure out what we're gonna talk about. But anywho, I just want to thank everybody out there in TikTok land, Facebook land, IG land, Rumble land, and whatever other streaming platforms that I'm on. I want y'all to know that I appreciate liking, sharing, and subscribing. I appreciate my fellow panel members that are on here today. And we're going to talk a little bit about anything today. But one of the things I want to talk about is especially dealing with people who are delusional in a way. One video I saw was a 63-year-old woman, and to keep it in perspective, I'll be 60 this year. She doing thirst traps and got a BBL. As soon as I find out, I'm going to show y'all. But it's like just because it's your age, don't mean that you got to do it. You know what I mean? So, what do you think about that, Apple?
You know me, I'm all for free will. If she likes it, I love it.
Yeah, but
Age is nothing but a number, and if she feels good enough, as you
yeah,
said, 65,
63.
and she's 10 years older than me. Me personally, I wouldn't do all that, but bravo to the ones that will, because I don't where she eat don't make me poop, in other words.
What about you, Miss Kim? What do you think about that?
You say she's 63, she getting a
She has a
BBL.
BBL.
She has one.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever floats her boat. But that's something I would not go under the knife to do at 63. But if I'm like Apple, she like it, I love it.
Okay, I'm about to switch over so y'all can see that, and y'all tell me. It just might be me. I'm just old fashioned like that or something. Okay, I'm gonna let that go. But what do y'all think? Now that y'all saw what she looked like,
Well, she looks old in the face and young in the waist, and I ain't mad at her still.
oh, I definitely agree. I definitely agree with that. I mean, no, she the body's bodying, but the face card,
I mean, that might
she
be
got
her
a
next.
full house. She got a full house, and she ain't even got a pear in the face.
Listen, that might be her next purchase with her grown up money to get a younger face. You never
Ooh.
know. Some people don't accept aging gracefully, and that's on them. If man, listen, I wouldn't do all that, but she looks amazing to me.
Yeah, but
If I could get rid of this belly, I would do that. But like the button on the boobs and all that, no. But
so
everybody for each his
he-
own.
here's the thing. Now I'm gonna get something that might throw you off a little bit. Okay, as you know, our mother passed when she was sick. She was going on 63. Now, do you think how would you felt if she had that? Because I look at her like she crazy.
Her like she crazy as well, but
But
if
I encourage Margaret with I encouraged her like bigly. Like I got her into doing her nails every 2 weeks and getting her feet done and making sure she had her teeth in and getting wigs and whatnot. I encouraged her. So if she wanted to do that, I would let her. I would encourage her. I would clap my hands and like, all right, crazy lady, do what you want. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Pearl.
Oh no, that's fine. I'm just saying that the same thing is I whatever float her boat. If that's what's gonna make her happy, keep going. But you're the one that got her doing them darn nails and hair and everything.
Yeah.
Girl, yeah.
Spending a whole lot of money.
But that's what I'm saying. I guess that's how I look at it. Y'all know me. I'd be like, Ma, no, no, Ma, that ain't it. That ain't.
Well, that's because you were her only son, and you know, boys look at their mothers differently than girls do. You know, girls usually encourage their mother. Yeah, mama, get it. You know, let's go
Yeah,
get a daddy. But boys is like, no, that's my mama. She gotta look a certain way.
yeah. I
Yeah,
wouldn't even. I look at y'all fun. I look at y'all funny, and
my
y'all ain't my
boy,
mama.
my boys, they always trying to put a nun suit on me. I said, well, I wasn't a nun when I had you. They
Well,
forever trying to put a nun suit on me because of my backside. And I'm
yeah.
like, dude. And then when my front side got lifted due to the cancer, uh, they was kind of cover up the front part. And I'm like, dude, this is what God gave me and the doctor.
But like I said, I look at you sideways if you got you a BBL. Don't don't
No,
get
I
it
don't need no
twisted.
BBL.
Now,
That
Dabs, as a fellow male, um, you know,
a mommy makeover is better. I got a mommy makeover. That's what I'm saying. I got me a mommy makeover because when my surgery, they took the fat from my stomach and put it in my breast. And so it flattened my stomach a little bit and it lifted up my boobs. So that was a mommy makeover.
oh, okay. So my thing is, would you wear what she had on? Because
I wear,
she
I
was
wear it now.
snatched.
Well, she had on a girdle.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
wear a girdle every day. Yeah, I got one on right now.
But would you show your girdle to the world? Talking about
No, I wouldn't show my girl.
six that what? Six that what? Six that what? Now, Miss Kim, you have older sisters who are in their late 60s, early 70s. Um, what would you say if say your sister Big Gwen,
Mhm.
older sister Gwen, what if she got one?
She already look like she got one and she don't. Because she short, she petite. But oh God. Um I probably wouldn't. I probably just look at her sideways and don't say nothing. But the rest of the gang, yeah, that probably won't go over too well. Nah, because she's the oldest sibling. So, and she just turned, what did she just turn?
78.
78. Yeah, 78. So, yeah. Mm-mm.
But yeah, so that's and overall, I mean, ladies, I'm not gonna be out there talking about BBL's bad or evil, anything like that. And if that's what you want, that's what you want. But don't expect a positive answer from me if you're gonna ask me how does it look. Because I'm gonna say you're too old to be having that.
But that's not a look. That's your opinion.
Yeah,
We want
that's
to know
true.
how do I look? And not that you feel that I'm too old to get that. I want to know how I look, whether I'm old or not. How do I look? Did the body come out good?
Well,
Well, for
Biblical
me,
Fox got one and she look a hot mess.
she look like she got a diaper on.
It's horrible.
She got look like she have a diaper on. I just be like, yo, what the
No,
hell?
she gained weight. To me, it
And,
looked like she gained a bunch of weight.
What you
and
say, Chocolate Pearl?
It looks like she gained a bunch of weight.
In the butt.
No, Granny.
Because her
It
legs is still
No.
small.
hey, Miss Kim, there's your home
Granny.
state.
No, Granny.
What you mean?
Seriously. No, Granny. No.
What you talking about? My home state.
It's Georgia. The
Granny.
plates.
No, Granny.
She must
You
be
see,
from Atlanta.
No,
No,
Granny.
you see, what
No.
happened is her butt don't match her leg, and that's why that looks bad.
Oh, it
Granny.
looked
And the
horrible.
previous
No,
person,
Granny.
she
Who
looked
said
good.
that?
She made sure her
No,
butt was
Granny.
proportionate.
No.
That looks terrible. Even if she was young, that
Uh-uh.
still looked terrible.
Granny.
No,
No,
ma'am.
Granny.
Mm-mm.
Who said that?
I just
But you
wanted to show
know,
y'all that.
I was
It's like,
watching Sunday night, The Real Housewives of Atlanta, and K Michelle is on there, and you know she almost died, and her body is still poisoned, got poison in her bloodstream
mhm.
from it.
Yeah. See, now there's some people who actually have an addiction to that.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Oh, that's Europe. I guess it looks Europe.
But my thing is, why do they feel that
that
looks
don't even
good?
look real.
It's real,
I believe it's real, but my thing is, why do they feel that it looks good?
but that's
What man would want something
and,
like
and
that?
her friend got a more reasonable one, but you can tell she got one too
Yeah, she do have titties in the back.
I just want to know when you go to the bathroom how you clean yourself.
with a hose.
Ugh.
Let's see,
Now,
a younger woman with a beep getting a. I'll turn on the sound so y'all can
How do
see.
we know this? It is 125% impossible, impossible, hear me, to have a flat stomach, let alone fucking abs, bitch, and you eat the way that she does. That is all I need to see. I don't give a fuck if you work out or not. As a woman, it is impossible to maintain a flat stomach and have abs and you're eating crab oils and you're eating shit with hella
did
cheese.
you
You're
stop it
eating
all?
all of these foods with hella dairy, sour cream. You're eating all these unhealthy foods, and you
Bro.
expect us to fucking believe you are just one of the fucking gods. Please be for real. Then want to come.
That's crazy, ain't it? But as y'all know, especially as seasoned as we are, when you go to the doctor and get procedures, when you go to the doctor and get procedures, there's a higher chance that you may not wake up. And we've heard those stories. We've heard those stories on the news about women going to get BBLs and seeing that and they go in and they don't come out. There was a story about two sisters that went to, I want to say they went to Miami. This was about 4 or 5 years ago, and they both didn't wake up. And they prosecuted the doctor, but and the person wasn't really a doctor. It was like a trans woman or something like that. And then, some went and got a fix a flat, put in their butt, and oh, okay. Now I'm gonna show you another older woman with a with a ill-advised BBL because whoever told her this was good, they lying. I'll keep the sound off so I won't get a copyright. But someone told Nana that she looked good with that stuff on. What do you think, Miss Kim?
Somebody lied, Nana.
Dabs. I know you about to get married and all that stuff, but would you smash?
Hell no. It looks so unnatural.
That's like now Apple, you a live and be live type. Uh yeah. Even you gotta admit that just don't look right.
It doesn't look good, but even if she was young, it still wouldn't look good. It's not proportionate. But if she likes it, like I said, if she likes it, I love it. If she was my friend, I would probably, tell her, okay, girl, like you did a little too much. you know, you didn't have to go that big, but you can't stop somebody if they want to do that. It looks bad to us, but she likes it, obviously, or she would have got it fixed.
Yeah, I'm just saying, it's like, oh gosh. But you know, and like I said, y'all all right. If I say that they shouldn't have it, I'm wrong because it ain't my money, ain't my circus. But I gotta look at that. If it comes to my purview, I'm like, yo, and at least with the
So
first.
that
No, I'm saying no. At least with the first lady, she was proportional. Even though she looked like worn out leather in the face, she was proportional and snatched. That last one, yeah, I don't know what the hell she was thinking about. Looked like she got air. She looked like air. She got air put in there.
thing is this, why would you do that to yourself? The clothing you're trying to find is probably the hardest thing on earth
Oh yeah, you probably
because
could
you
get it
are, in a
tailored.
sense, you're pear shaped. We have a cousin who, she's no longer pear shaped, but when she grew up, she was pear shaped and she hated it. And because she could never find a suit, she always had to buy the top smaller than the bottom. Well, that's what they would call pear shape because she's big at the bottom and is small at the top. But it's hard to find clothes that way, especially to find clothes that's going to fit the butt and the leg. That's ridiculous.
Yeah,
Do they? I guess they probably either they know how to sew or they know some seamstress or
yeah.
tailor.
That's just crazy though.
Because
That,
leggings go what so far?
yeah, that's. I'm just saying. Now I'm gonna show you. There's another one, and she is 75. She is 75, and I'm gonna hold my opinion. Y'all just look at it.
Damn, baby girl, look like you having Jamaican beef patty down there. Let me get fun. I'm just playing on straight.
And and there's nothing like I said. You want to feel younger. Everybody wants to feel younger. We miss our glory days when
Come
we
on, like,
when we could eat whatever we want, when we can party all night, go to work in the morning. Um, 75 with a BBL, and she looked like she had on a lady diaper.
She does look like she have a diaper on or a
So
football cup.
so I'm saying though, if you looking like if and I understand, everybody wants to look a certain way, and they want to be attract they want to feel that they're attractive. Nothing wrong.
Male or female, everybody wants to look
Yeah,
and feel young.
yeah,
If
yeah,
that's going to make you happy, do you, boo.
yeah.
However, if you feel that people are staring at you because they think it looks ridiculous, don't complain.
Well, they're gonna complain anyway. They're gonna complain anyway. And I imagine having a BBL like that, a BBL, and got them wrap their nails. And Kim, you was asking how do they clean themselves? That's a double whammy. I remember my aunt Julie said that once. I posted a lady, she had like the world longest fingernails.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah, me either.
my aunt was like, how she wipe her butt?
But
Like,
I heard the when they get those BBL, they smell. They have a fume to them. I don't know how true that is, but
well, that's because the flesh is still some of the flesh is still healing, and the blood clots, and y'all know if you ever had any type of surgery and you got that thing covered and you pull it off, it's going to smell bad. It's going to smell bad, and that's what that is that that coagulating dried blood, and then mixed with booty sweat too. You know that's a stench. Cause that was a rumor with Cardi B when she got hers. They said they call it BBL butt, where you are just the smell from the healing and it doesn't go away. Because how are you going to look at that and say, I feel good about myself if you can't, or unless you can't smell yourself?
Mm-hmm.
And I know we all in here old enough to know that we smell ourselves. Because I'd rather smell me than have somebody else smell me. I just leave it at that. I just leave it at that because I don't want to, everybody in here had kids, and whether they male or female, they all go through, and I know I went through it, that you really don't want to take a bath, or really, you'll try to go a couple of days without showering. You smelling like 3 weeks of decomp, like they found you in the river 10 days later or something like that. And you thinking you're all right. And that,
What in the world that you feel that you can't smell yourself? There's no way in the world.
you look, you are, I can go back to a story. When we were teenagers and we were at Will and Carol's um um like engagement party. You was there with Truck. And and some of my boys got surrounded her, and we called them the Funk Brothers. And they were dancing with her, and she was in the middle, like, about, no, oh, no, 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 no. Like, they had her trapped in a tower of funk. You probably don't remember that,
I
because
do remember that. I do remember
that was like, I was like, so yeah, you don't want people to, you don't want
that was the reason why I don't like clubs. Because people funky.
oh yeah,
Funky.
oh yeah, that was an interesting party, because that was like the only time I ever saw my boy Will get drunk, and he didn't do it on purpose, but yeah, that was a ooh, that was a thing. So I
Now, I
mean,
just want to answer a question about how do they wipe themselves. There are people who actually have this little device.
A bidet.
Well, that and no, it's actually they use a almost like a spatula or a fork or something. They put tissue around it, and they go and they able to wipe their behind. Yeah,
Oh my goodness.
oh,
oversized people
I just
do
lost
that
my
as
lunch.
well. They
Lost my
find ways to clean themselves so they don't have to stink. Yeah, they find ways. So it's not necessarily you have to use your hand, but they have devices like they'll use a rag and put it on a stick, or they'll use a stick to put toilet paper on it. They'll find a way to clean themselves to not be funky.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, I got one more to show y'all where, oh gosh, no. Yeah, y'all got to see this one. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This one is like, oh my goodness. That's a lady boy. That got to be a lady boy.
What's up with niggas?
God damn.
That got to be a lady boy. I'm sorry. Because the package is packaging.
Mm-mm.
All
That just didn't look real.
all right, Apple. Give me some positivity here, because I can't see it.
I'm sorry. I was talking to your niece, but I didn't even see it. So, and
Hold
maybe
on.
that was meant to be.
Yeah, hold on. I'm going to bring it back.
Okay.
I'm going to
Bringing
bring
it
it
back.
back. Hey, you tell me. What's wrong with one? Hold on. Darn it. me stop sharing for a second. And what do y'all see?
Whole computer.
Okay.
Everything. Now we got more of your computer.
Yeah, I'm trying to get it right. I gotta be smarter than the equipment.
You're screen and screen and screen.
Yeah. I gotta be smarter than the equipment. Hold on. I just had it. Okay. There we go. I hit the wrong one. Sometimes, like I said, you gotta be smarter than the equipment. And I don't always pass on that.
Say it again.
You don't want us to see that again. That's what it is.
All right, here we go, Apple. Say something positive. Give me some positivity. Because I'm positive that's a dude.
What's up with niggas?
She has a lot of confidence, but she needs to learn how to tuck better.
That's giving me lady boy.
What's up with niggas?
And yeah, it's definitely a lady boy. But she needs she needs to speak to one of her sisters to teach her how to tuck better because, you know, it wasn't where it was supposed to be for that outfit. But the outfit was nice.
Yeah, but
anything.
We got a positive. Ding, 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 ding.
yeah, the package was packaging. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. It's like, you know, and then the legs wasn't like, it was like two balloons on a still.
You better call RuPaul and ask her how to do it right.
Ooh, yeah. I was just like, yeah, that was just too much. That was just too much. But yeah, I was just tripping on that. And like I said, that was one of those things that, you know, yeah. I'm at a loss for words. Now, all of y'all got, except for me, got daughters. All of them are pretty young. Would you, I mean, how would you react Pearl, how would you react if Diva had got one?
She got one.
No.
Yeah, I'll be like, yeah, you're right. Like, yay. If you really have not seen her in years, and you don't realize that she went from plump to nothing.
Oh, okay, because I see the pictures. She looked like an R&B singer.
Yeah, now look, clothing can cover up some stuff. That should be dressed right, but poor baby she po. Not poor, but po.
I got you.
She cannot afford the R. My poor baby. I said, thank God she's pretty.
You know olive oil, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, she looks like olive oil.
Okay, so you'd be okay if she got one of those.
Oh yeah.
Not too much on my niece, all right? Not too much.
Yes, I sure would.
What about the gremlin apple?
But you know what? You're right, Dad. You are so right. Since she got this new man, she is filling out very well.
Out much more than she did when I first saw her here.
Yeah.
What about the gremlin apple?
Actually, one of her friends got it done, and she looks amazing. But my daughter said that, you know, that's not for her because she don't really need it. Like, she's very proportionate. So
Understood.
I would be surprised if she would get it.
Understood. It would probably, yeah, because she's pretty independent minded, so she'd do it because she wanted to, not because she's following the trend.
Right.
Either one of your daughters or your daughter in love.
Don't ask me to help pay for it. Use your own money is all I'm gonna say. You grown.
I don't know. Like I said, I don't have a daughter. Dabs, you got a daughter, right?
Yes, I do.
So if she had one, what would you think? What would you say?
I don't know. I don't think she'd ever do that. To tell you the truth.
Why not?
But if she had, I don't know. I'd be like, oh, what'd you do that for? That's about all I could say.
Got you. Got you. Well, yeah, it's interesting though, because some of them just look so butchered. That's the only word I can say. I'm not gonna say, nasty. I'm gonna say butchered. Because if you don't have the proportions for it, getting one ain't gonna do nothing but, and like I said, like Apple always says, how if you like it, I love it. However, that's not. I mean, if it doesn't, don't ask me what I think, because you ain't gonna like it.
I feel like a lot of them go out the country to get it done. So whoever doing them don't care whether or not the the BBL is proportionate with their body frame. But I feel like if they go to a real authentic doctor in the States, they would probably tell them this is not, you want to go bigger, but be honest with them. This is not what you need.
Here's what here's my other opinion. It's like it reminds me of the women who get like airbags, and they go from a 32A to like a 53 triple J, and thinking that's change their name to Mandy Melons or something like that. That's just as that in my opinion, that is just as bad. That's just as bad. I have no problem with enhancement of the breast. However, just like a BBL, you can overdo it. Now, and I think about the same way about guys who, I don't know if y'all heard. Does anybody heard of leg lengthening for guys?
No.
What it is, it's a surgery. It takes about a year or two, and you can. What they do is they surgically break your legs, and then put in
Yeah.
put in something that to help it heal, and you
Mm-hmm.
and you grow to about an inch at a time. And guys do that, like, to go from 5'3" to 5'7", or to in order to up there, because mostly I don't like no short man. And that's why I say most of y'all. I said not everybody. And so guys look at it as a chance to increase their sexual marketplace value. In not everybody can be 6 feet, because the average guy is 5'9", the average woman is 5'4", but the average 5'4" woman wants a 6 foot guy, and there's only 15% of the population of the United States is 6 feet old. So it's the same though, because you're going through so much for what possible gain? Because just because you're taller don't mean women gonna like you more. Am I making sense?
Perfect.
Yeah.
I understand. Hi, everybody.
What's going on, Bean?
Sorry, came on a little late, working and all, but I just wanted to show up.
I appreciate that. We're talking about cosmetic procedures in just in the general. I showed a video earlier. I showed a video earlier of a 63-year-old woman who got a BBL, and show some other BBLs, and then I talked about enhancing breasts, and also guys getting. Have you ever heard of guys getting leg lengthening surgery?
Yes, because I watch a lot of documentaries. It's very prevalent in Asian countries, and it's in South American countries.
So why do you think they do that, Bean?
I can't say it the way I want to. It's because it's insecurity in their selves and in their peer group is usually is a peer group because I hang out with a lot of guys and I notice that
I don't
if you
see
have
Asian countries doing that too often. They're all short anyway.
if you
I
have
like
a
that.
whole bunch of if you're hanging around a whole bunch of other guys and one or two guys are so-called ladies men and they always get the girls is always on them and everything like that, and then they go into the locker room and you take the showers and then you see and they turn around and see where everybody else is. It becomes I'm in the water, it's cold water situation. It's
Oh no,
you
no,
have
I ain't talking about that. If you got to get that, that's a whole.
oh well yeah.
That is, I'm talking about like getting your legs lengthened, not the
Oh well yeah, well
not.
I heard of that from people with dwarfism. Is that how you say it? Dwarfism? A lot of them, especially the ones that are a little bit taller, but they're not actually they're like maybe 4'2". They'll try to get to like 5 foot or at least 4'11". I've seen it. I've seen it on TV.
And to go through all that pain, do you think it's worth it? Because that ain't gonna make you look any better.
On Chicago Med. Was an episode on Chicago
Well,
Med where a guy he had that done because a lot of women was turning him down because he was short, and he finally went and did the surgery, and he was got a woman, found a woman, and everything. And the crazy thing about it, the woman was lying about the fact that she is a smoker, and he was lying about the fact that he has those extensions. Well, he wound up getting sick, and they had to take those extensions out, but he didn't want to say he'd rather die than take those extensions out.
Yeah, vanity's a hell of
Yeah,
a drug, and we
and
all saw that.
it's like you said, it's insecurity, and also the fact that there are people who don't want with there are women who just do not want to be with somebody shorter than them, or short as considered short rather.
Right, right, but they ain't but a few of them though.
Yeah, and I'm one of the persons. I don't want anybody shorter than me. I'm
But
not saying that I don't
you
like
short
them. I just
yourself, so there's
yeah,
that.
yeah. I'm short myself, so I wanted somebody at least be a little taller than me. It ain't got to be 6 feet. You need to be. If I'm 5'4", I need you at least be 5'9",
Yeah, I can get it.
because I need to
Being
wear my heels.
what you're seeing on the screen, this is a 63-year-old woman. I'm not going to put the sound on, but
oh, she a 305. So that's what you expect. You can see
305.
it. Yeah, she's in the what's the call? She's in the after hours looking for the 34-year-olds and they're eating her up with a spoon. That's it.
Now,
Yeah.
we said the body's bodying, but the face ain't facing.
Listen, hoes don't got eyes.
She let's see, Beyonce in the waist, Ella May and Bertha May in the face.
But again, Bertha May had 10 kids.
Yeah.
So you can't say people like it. And then you gotta
Nope.
realize a lot of the is now that I realize it's on YouTube.
Yeah.
It's
It,
on YouTube that there's a lot of younger men that really are looking for that actual mother grandmother thing, like how they say women look for the dad.
yeah,
A
but
lot of men are
that's a
looking for
fetish
that.
though. That's a
It's not
fetish.
because if it's if women been doing it a long time because of the stigma of the black man not being in the family and don't know what it is to have a father's love and whatever have you. It's the same thing with men and their mothers. It's like a lot of men mothers make parenthesize them and then make them their actual husbands. That's not your husband, that's your child.
Right.
You know, so when they get out and actually want to act and meet somebody that they're falling in love with, they're treating them how their mother treated them. They're treating the females how their mothers treated them.
So
And
a
but
question. We talked about Margaret Golden, and she was around that age when she passed. What would you think if your mother went up there like and did that like that?
you know what? Because I have an open mind, long she stays,
You
long
just
she
like
stays,
you
and
just
leave the location drop. She good. She
yeah
grown. I
you,
can't
you
stop
just
her.
like you just like your sisters, I tell you.
Listen, she grown. I can't stop her. She was doing it before I was even thought about. So I can't say nothing. I can't say nothing. Listen, my
No,
son just
Bean.
literally dressed me and
No,
sent
what
me
he's
out the
talking
door. Oh,
Bean, what
my
he's
son,
talking about is her getting a BBL and a tummy
a
tuck.
BBL. Listen, if she can afford it, if she
Right,
can
that's what I
afford it,
said.
I'm
I
not
would
mad.
probably take her shopping for new clothes. That's
Hey,
how.
look what Jackson, look what my younger son just did. He's like, you need to go somewhere. Here, he went into my closet, went through my clothes, picked out an outfit, told me to put it on and get out my house. This is what my son just did this weekend, and so I had to go out for at least 2 hours so I could not hear his mouth talking about you need a life. So I understand, and I'm pretty sure, and I know my son, him and my nephews don't play about me. So if I try to do that, they will lose their mind.
Oh yeah, you already know. You already know my thoughts on that, and I ain't even got to tell you. But so it's and like and make no mistake, being I guess because that was my mother, I look at it different. That's what Chocolate Pearl said, and I agree with her on that. But overall, I mean, what does a woman expect from a guy when she's doing that at that age?
The D.
That's about it. She get that 28-year old cock strong diesel. Said LMA, I need a new PS5 or PS6 or whatever the gaming thing is out now.
Yeah,
So
that's why we have a whole generation of homosexuals.
mhm.
So it's because women, after maybe they had a really bad relationship or marriage and they was in toxic and a toxic situation to where they like, okay, now let me go get this young boy and drain some life out of him so I could get some vitality from him, and that's all it is. And
That
like if
sounds
I
like a
gotta spend a couple of
vampire.
dollars, yeah, that's like if I gotta spend a couple of dollars just so I could get a little bit of vitality. Like they say, when you are intimate with a person, you take a piece of their soul, so that they might be succubuses, because a lot of those that do date younger live until they're like 100. So that might be true. That just might be true. They might be succubus. I don't know.
So
Uh,
so they be
it's
having
like
more
the
they be having more dicks in them than a PR convention.
exactly, exactly. All shapes, size, colors, and forms. Okay, because I've seen it.
Ooh. But yeah, that's
Yes, the ones that use the filter, and then you see them. They ain't got no teeth, and their eyes is wiggly. But
say that.
they got a young 34-year-old man hanging off them like there's no tomorrow.
Oh yeah, as long as she buy him Jordans in a PS12, he good. And he probably don't have to work, but he got to put in that work.
Yep. Well, a little backache every twice a week ain't nothing to a young man. It'll take some Tylenol PM and then wake up and be refreshed and get back on again and get back on Discord or something. I don't know.
But yeah, that's it's just interesting. And we also talked about with that, how do you clean how do they clean themselves?
Hold on, because another one of my coworkers just heard what I said, and he just said something, so I'm about to put him on.
All right, bring them on.
Hold on. Yeah, this is okay. Hey,
What's going
hey,
on?
everybody.
What's
This
your
is
name?
my.
What's up, y'all? It's Sean here.
Okay, okay. Hey, we talking about you're how old are you, first of all?
I'm actually 33, my man.
All right. Now, you got a 63-year-old woman with a BBL,
hmm
and she wants you to do a couple of things. Are you going to be her kept bae?
Actually, yeah, I would.
And what's the reasoning for that?
Because for me, I don't look at women. I mean, obviously, I like women older. Like they got to be obviously legal. But me personally, I date women a lot older than myself. My oldest relationship I actually had was 12 years apart.
12 years isn't that bad. Half a generation, especially if you're in your 30s.
He
That's not
loved him a cougar.
But
bad.
at the time though, I was 20 and she was 30. Well,
Oh,
31.
okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
so yeah, me, it was a little
Yeah,
bit
but
different.
so what happened? Why did y'all break up?
So it ended up being like a 2.5 year relationship. The only thing that happened between us was the fact that she said she wasn't in love with me and I
Okay.
was in love with her. But that was honestly the only thing.
Was you in love? Was you in love with that thing, or were you in love?
Honestly, I was in love with both. I was in love with her and the thing.
Cause she knew a couple more tricks than you did, so she put that thing on you, I bet. But
And
hey,
I think that's what makes me attracted to older women because I feel like they're a lot more mature than men. Because men are smart, but women sometimes they've been around a long time more than us. So I look at older women like, hey, teach me a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
I got you. I got you. It's interesting to hear a younger man's perspective because I don't know if I would have ever dated a cougar. I probably as much older would probably be about 3 to 5 years, but I understand where you're coming from. I ain't mad at you, but to her you were a human sex toy. Let's not get it twisted. You was a human. You was a lot. You wasn't a battery operated boyfriend. You was a yeah, a human sex toy.
All right. So explain this to me then, because I've dated women around my age, and I've had no success with them. But when I date older women, the relationship lasts a lot longer.
Well, and that may be your personality may not be attractive as far as for long term with the woman around your age because you're attracted to an older set. You're going to get along more with the older women you've been dealing with because you have more kinship with them. The women that are your age, they might date older guys, but y'all don't see eye to eye.
You're absolutely right.
Y'all don't
I can
see,
validate that.
yeah, y'all don't see eye to eye because y'all have different experiences. Dating a younger woman dating an older man is not the same as a younger man dating an older woman. It's it's similar situations, but it's two different dynamics.
Okay, I feel you. I feel you. Okay.
Because and here's where I'm gonna go a little deep on you. A woman, if she loves you and you're younger, she'll take care of you. An older man will take care of a younger woman. But if an older woman ain't gonna take care of a younger man for forever, after a while, she's gonna be like, yo, you gotta kick in something, get a job, get off the Xbox. You got to
hmm
do
hmm
something where that older man is not gonna, he might tell her you need to spend a little less, but he's still gonna handle his business because that he's been brought up to be a provider.
Right. Right.
So yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's a different dynamic now. Older women may, like I said, they have their their peak for sexuality is in their mid to late 30s. That's when they at the top of their game. Whereas guys, we peak out at 22, 23. Now there's some that's not it's not set in stone, but it's a generality that men's sexual peak is 18 and 20, 23, 24, where women is 33 to 39. That's when you live long enough to do a few things, you learn a couple of things, and you have the ability to see a little different. Guys, when you was 18, you just needed somewhere to stick. You just needed somewhere to stick it. You really didn't care. But women don't work like that. Women don't work like that. Women work. You got to put in a little. You got to put in a little work, mental work, not just physical, because your stuff could be. You can have a dragon on the ground. And if you don't get in her mind, she's just gonna look at you like you crazy unless she's just a freak like that. And I don't know. If you got some guys are scared of freaks. But I mean, I appreciate tell him I appreciate him coming on and bringing his perspective. Tell him don't be a stranger, just be strange. And I'm gonna wrap up the show. We made it almost at the time and really didn't have a super subject, but we did. It was a pretty good show because we got a lot of engagement. So before we go, Chocolate Pearl, you got anything?
Nope, I sure don't. It was a good show, good listening. Me and Dad were sitting in the dark for a little while because while we actually in the garage with the garage door open because the power went out due to the storm.
Ooh.
So we enjoyed the show, sitting in the garage.
All right now. All right, Apple.
It was such a good show. I didn't hear my grandson screaming, and now he's not speaking to me.
Oh,
It was a really good show. I really enjoyed myself.
hey,
Even though I know it was a spur of the moment topic, it was a good topic. Everybody have a good night.
Bean.
I'm just glad that I was able to actually make it on again. This is at least second time this month, so I'm doing very good. I'm glad that I'm able to get opinions from my coworkers, which I try to do every time I get on. But yeah, he said that he would like to watch the show again. So maybe next week or the week after he'll be able to come on and give his opinion for somebody that's younger than me.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that because we want, you know, their opinions count because they're our children's age. So I always wouldn't mind not, having them on so we can do our thing. But
Okay.
like I said, I appreciate Miss Kim for coming on as usual. And those out there in YouTube land, Facebook land, IG land, and all those other lands. And I'm gonna close it out tonight by saying my saying, never make love by the garden gate, though love is blind, the neighbors ain't. On the behalf of myself, DFG, Chocolate Pearl, Apple, and Bean, we want to thank you for watching our show. Please come back, like, share, and subscribe. Peace.